morning, everybody. Scott, Rattlesnake Preparedness Group. Just wanted to make a video on my predictions for 2022. Some of you may agree, some of you may disagree. That's perfectly fine. You know, this is America, after all. We can agree to disagree still, even though most people think we can't. But my view for 2022, it's going to be challenging, to say the least. Those of us who are in full-on preparedness mode, we need to maintain that. I believe if you're just getting into preparedness, do what you can financially afford to do ASAP. Food, water, and you're going to need to go above and beyond on that, on your food stocks and your water stocks. As TJ over at Very Dependent says, stack it to the rafters, if at all possible, and you can financially afford to do so. You also need to rack up your weapon stores and your ammo stores. And at this point, I'm pretty much to the point if the overlords decide that this is a video that doesn't warrant, you know, further distribution, they're going to cancel it. You know what? I don't give a shit. If it's offensive to other people, I don't give a shit. I'm beyond it. I'm over it. I'm gonna shoot you straight on this, plain and simple, because it's not about appeasing people. It's about what needs to be said so that we all can be on the same page. You know, that's why we prepare. We prepare because we know for a absolute 100% unequivocal fact at some point we're going to need it. Have a sinking suspicion that point is going to be more sooner than later. And y'all know, if you've watched this channel for any length of time, you know we don't get and dive into the political realm. We don't, that's not our gig. People are probably going to watch this video and go, man, he's all kind of political. Well, you know what? If it comes off that way, so be it. It's one of those areas I don't give a shit. I really, really don't. Because this is, to me, is information that you guys need to hear and understand and get on board with. Because if not, I have a strong suspicion with what I'm about to get into, it could very well be detrimental to, like I said, to those that are getting into preparedness now. Do absolutely whatever you financially are able to do, whether that be a few cans here, a few cans there, you know, case of whatever here, you know, box of whatever here. Do what you can now. Because my prediction for 2022 is twofold. One, ever since the election, the 2020 election, there has been a lot of discussion and a lot of talk from the current president along the lines of, and I'm paraphrasing, is democracy going to survive, or is it going to give way to autocracy? I don't know if you guys have noticed this. It's almost like a weekly or a monthly trend that he's been going on ever since the election. And most of your talking heads in the mainstream media are chalking it up to, oh, well, he's comparing, you know, apples to oranges when it comes to the United States and China. And that could potentially be the case. At the same time, you're looking at the division in this country getting stoked even harder, fanning flames faster, or at least embers, because there is definitely embers going in this country. I don't know if you guys have been living under a rock or not, but let me inform you right quick, in case you have. This nation is in the middle of a cultural civil conflict. It just hasn't gone hot yet. Part of the prediction for 2022 is there's a very realistic possibility before the end of this year it does go hot. Do I want that? No. No. Do not want that at all. I am not in any way advocating for any kind of violence or any intrepidation or anything else from one partisan part of the spectrum to the other. No. That's not how we settle this. However, make no mistake, there's a lot of people that feel the same way I do. If people come after them or their families, all bets are off. And believe me, I can level with that idea, okay, because I'm the same way. But you are going to have people, even within our own community, that are like, yeah, bring it on, I'm ready, I'm itching for a fight. Well, I'm going to tell you something right now. If you're itching for a fight, okay, and you are a family person and you have kids at home, okay, go get psychological help, because you're ill. You need it. Either you're extremely sick in the head or you've never seen combat. You don't want this on your own, in your own backyard, side yard, front yard, or anything else. You don't. I don't. I don't want it nowhere near me or my family. But it's coming. And if I'm wrong on these predictions, you know what? At the end of this year, I will gladly make another video of me taking a bite out of my left boot, or at least trying to chomp the hell out of the leather. Okay, that's the extent and the length of which I'm willing to go, because I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong. People are going to be like, you just don't know what you're talking about. I pray I don't know what I'm talking about. Please, God, don't let me be right about this. But if I am, even remotely, and putting this out here for you guys, guess what? If it just motivates you just that much further to do a little bit more in your preparedness, because this is a real possibility, mission accomplished. If I've helped anybody with this to motivate them to get more prepared, mission accomplished. Because I'm not trying to introduce fear porn or doomer porn or no kind of bullshit like that. I'm not about that. This is my sincere belief that I'm sharing with you guys. And I don't want to be right about it. But if I am, on the off chance, it's going to be blue. It's going to be biblical. The second part of this prediction, okay, that was one. I'm predicting that the current cultural civil conflict that this nation is currently going through. Read your history books. Very consistent of the 1950s in East Asia. Read your history. A lot of similarities. I believe that conflict makes a turn and goes from a cultural conflict to an actual physical confrontation of some type. Whether that's lead flying downrange or ball bats or people throwing fists or something, it's going to come to some sort of a civil, physical confrontation of some type. 2, again, like I've been saying, or like I said earlier, this current president has been talking a lot about, okay, is democracy going to survive, or is it going to give way to autocracy? That theme keeps coming up, right? I don't know if you've noticed or that, but it keeps coming up. And they're not talking about it much in the mainstream media. I'm not even seeing a whole lot of talk about it, even in some of the alternative media. There's a few places here and there, we won't mention any Glenn Beck's, where they have been discussing that. And I'm glad to see them discussing that. But to me, something's not right with that statement. It's just every time I've heard it, it just has caught me wrong. And it's like, oh, well, he's discussing, is the world going to go the way that the Chinese do, or is it going to follow, because the Chinese, all it takes is for him to just open his mouth and say something, and it's done. Where in the United States, it has to go through the process, go through the Congress, has to get approved, has to go through both houses, this, that, and the other. Then if somebody challenges, you got to go to the Supreme Court. They can't get things done as quickly our way as they can their way. See the correlation there? This president has mandated people get, as Black Scout Survival likes to say, the sheep's milk. I like that term too. Or as Chad Prather says, the blah blah. They're getting mandated to get things, and then the Supreme Court comes back and says, whoa, wait, oh, no, you can't do that. That's unconstitutional. Pushing boundaries, while still talking about a correlation and difference between democracy and autocracy. I predict that around the midterms in November, if, for whatever reason, the current ruling party maintains or grows their majority, everything will, the division's going to keep getting pushed, and the chasm's going to get wider and deeper, and okay, that's going to continue to happen. However, if the previous ruling party wins, and make no mistake, I don't belong to either one of them. I'm not a member of either side. I'm an independent. Just want to put that out there for clarity. So I don't root for one team or the other, because to me they're both just as crooked as the other one. But if the other party wins a majority and reclaims both houses, or one house, or whatever the case may be, there will arise somehow, some way, a conflict where one house is in disagreement with the other house, in which case something I believe that has never been done before in our history will be done. Under the Constitution, the president is allowed, if both houses are in disagreement, he can adjourn them until such time as he sees fit. Mark my words, if the other party wins, there will become a conflict between the two houses of Congress, and when that happens, the president will adjourn both houses of Congress, and at that moment you will have just witnessed the birth of an autocratic regime in this country. I don't know if there's enough people that are willing to stand up for something against something like that, but it's going to be a very dark time for this nation if that happens. Either way this goes, our preparedness needs to be, at this time, of some of the utmost importance. Beans, bullets, band-aids, absolutely. Guess what? Square away your hardware that's sitting in your big combination safe that holds 16, 24, 48 of them all standing up in unison like good little soldiers. And I know you know what I'm talking about. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, you know what I'm talking about. Freedom seed dispensers. If you can add into that stockpile, or if you can square away that stockpile, square it away, add to the seeds, add to the plantable seeds, add to the food stores, add to the water stores, add to the medical, get the medical training, get the technical training. I cannot stress it enough. We are on the precipice of a serious historical moment in this country, the likes of which we have probably not seen since 1860. And I don't like it. My grandmother passed away in 19. You know what she told me about a week before she passed away? Something bad's coming. And I don't want to be here when it gets here. Thank God she's not. She even seen it. And like I said, this is just my personal opinion. And I hope and I pray to God that I'm wrong. But on the off chance that I'm not, and you actually take what I'm saying, at least with some sense of seriousness, and you apply that to your preparation to better provide a peace of mind for you and your family, then I've done my part. Even if it doesn't come to pass, and I have to post a video of me trying to eat the leather on my left shoe, guess what? I'll gladly do it. Because I don't want to be right about this. But I got a bad feeling I am. And if I'm not dead on, I'm going to be close. And it's not something I want. I mean, hell. My 3-day get-home bag is now down to a day pack. I've lightened my load. You know, I'm back to the little green bag here. Yeah, you can't hardly see it there because of the light. But yeah, I'm back to the little green bag there. Why? Travel light. Just about any place I'm at, I can get back to my house in a day, even if I'm on foot. Or, you know, within 24 to 48 hours. Well, what I've got with me will last that long. I hope I don't need it. People keep talking about, oh, well, you know, North Korea keeps testing these hypersonic missiles. China keeps testing, you know, Russia, they're going to EMP us. Well, that's a possibility too, but I see more that they would sit back and allow us to destroy ourselves. And that's exactly the direction we're heading. It pains me that we hate each other. And it shouldn't be that way. We're Americans, goddammit. We need to act like it. But show some love and compassion to one another. Help each other. It's what we've always done. Anyway, if you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button, share, subscribe, comment, leave us a comment, good, bad, or indifferent. I don't care. I'll take the bad with the good. I mean, I'm just trying to help everybody out and trying to give you guys some food for thought and some insight as to, you know, what's running through my head, because I sit back and I look at all this and it's like, whoa. We're in for some rough waters. And I see the storm clouds on the horizon. And I want to make you guys aware of it. And like I said, if you believe it, fine. If you don't, you know, I mean, unsubscribe, don't follow anymore, you know, whatever the case may be. I mean, I'm not going to lose sleep over trying to, you know, give you guys an honest assessment without the BS. So, I mean, if I piss some of you guys off, sorry but not sorry. You know, it's not what I'm trying to do, but you know, it is what it is. So, again, if you like the video, like, share, subscribe, and please leave us a comment. It helps us against the YouTube algorithms. So, thank you for keeping up with RPG. Stay frosty, and definitely stay strapped.